Have you ever wondered whether the world around you is truly there when you're not looking, whether reality exists without your awareness? John Archibald Wheeler, one of the most brilliant scientific minds of the last century, dared to ask this question. A man who stood beside Einstein, who shaped modern physics, Wheeler's greatest idea wasn't about particles or equations. It was about you, and the astonishing possibility that everything you call real exists not outside of you, but because of you. To Wheeler, the universe is not physical, it is pure mind. If this is true, then everything changes. Your life, your struggles, your dreams, all of it isn't something happening to you. It's something unfolding through you. Wheeler's vision invites you to wake up to a truth long whispered by mystics and now echoed by science itself. Reality is not a machine, it's a question. And you, by simply existing, are the answer. By the end of this journey, you may no longer see yourself as a passive observer in a lifeless cosmos, but as an inseparable thread in the fabric of existence itself. The universe, according to Wheeler, is not a clockwork device ticking forward in indifference. It is a question waiting to be asked, an empty canvas anticipating the painter's touch. He called it the participatory universe, a reality that requires an observer, a witness, to even exist. Unlike the mechanical cosmos imagined by classical science, Wheeler's universe responds to the presence of mind itself. At the heart of this idea is a simple but unsettling fact. The tiniest building blocks of existence do not behave like objects. Quantum particles do not possess definite properties until they are observed. A photon, for example, is neither here nor there until awareness interacts with it. As Wheeler put it, no phenomenon is a phenomenon until it is an observed phenomenon. The act of observation, of awareness, does not merely reveal the world, it brings the world into being. Imagine entering a dark room filled with soft clay, untouched, formless. Every step you take molds the clay beneath you. Every glance shapes a figure in the darkness. Reality, Wheeler suggests, is not waiting for you to find it. It is waiting for you to create it. Observation is not passive. It is an act of cosmic authorship. What you call the world is not out there, pre-written and indifferent. It is a living dialogue with your consciousness. Wheeler's participatory universe challenges one of the most persistent assumptions in human thought, the belief in separateness. If reality only comes into being through observation, then the idea of a world existing independently of awareness collapses. According to Wheeler, the universe is not something happening out there, detached from the observer. The observer is an inseparable part of the very process by which the universe manifests. In his view, the division between self and world is not a feature of existence itself, but a projection of perception, a cognitive framework constructed to navigate experience. Centuries of scientific thinking conditioned the world to see itself as external and mechanical, as if matter existed with certainty and independence, regardless of whether anyone observed it. Wheeler's work dismantles this framework. Quantum mechanics, he argued, does not merely describe the microscopic domain, it reveals a deeper truth about all of reality. At the fundamental level, particles do not possess definite properties until measured. What appears as out there is not fully real without participation from an in here. In his own words, the universe does not exist out there, independent of all acts of observation. This is not a metaphor, it is the logical consequence of how nature behaves at its deepest layers. For Wheeler, the illusion of separateness is a trick played by the structure of perception. Boundaries between subject and object, observer and observed, do not exist inherently. They emerge as an organizational tool of the human mind. Space and time themselves, he proposed, may arise from information processed by observers, not as fundamental substances, but as patterns generated through participation. When you look at a mountain or trace the constellations in the sky, you believe them to be external, distant, unrelated to you. Yet within Wheeler's framework, their very existence depends on observation. Their form, their meaning, their presence in your experience are shaped by consciousness. A single metaphor captures this beautifully. Picture a ripple forming on the surface of a vast ocean. That ripple appears distinct, separate from the water around it. But its existence, its motion, its very being is inseparable from the ocean itself. Wheeler's participatory universe suggests that you are that ripple, appearing for a moment as an individual observer, but fundamentally one with the ocean of existence. The boundaries between you and the cosmos are not real. They are temporary patterns in a deeper field of unity. What appears to be division is, at its core, connection misperceived. Wheeler's inquiry into the nature of reality did not stop at the observer's influence. He asked a deeper question. If observation participates in creating reality, what exactly is being created? What is the raw substance of existence? His answer dismantled centuries of materialist thinking. Reality, he claimed, is not made of matter, but of meaning. The universe is not constructed from bricks of substance, but from bits of information. He coined the phrase "it from bit" to capture this idea, a simple, profound formula suggesting that every physical "it" derives its existence from an informational bit. Matter, when dissected at the smallest scales, reveals no solidity. Atoms collapse into energy. Energy dissolves into probability. Probability leads to uncertainty. Dig deep enough, and there is no thing, only the resolution of choices, binary yes or no answers, shaping what appears. Information, not substance, is the skeleton of reality. Every object you encounter, every event you witness, is not fundamentally a thing, but a pattern of encoded knowledge, a message written in the language of awareness. When no one asks, no answer exists. When no one observes, nothing manifests. Reality emerges only in response to the question. To illustrate this, consider the dreamscape of the sleeping mind. In the dream, landscapes unfold, people speak, dangers and delights arise, all appearing as real as the waking world. Yet upon awakening, it becomes clear. The dream was made of nothing but thought, patterns of information animated by the dreamer's mind. Wheeler's universe operates much the same way. The solidity of the world, the passage of time, even the notion of an objective past, each is a construct not of matter, but of meaning generated within consciousness. As the Chandogya Upanishad proclaimed millennia ago, all this is woven on consciousness. Imagine existence as an infinite library filled with unread books. Each book contains a unique reality, a world of characters, landscapes, and events, but none of it exists until a reader opens the pages. Until then, they remain potential, latent, unmanifest. According to Wheeler, reality is precisely that, an infinite reservoir of informational possibility waiting for awareness to read it into existence. You are not walking through a pre-written universe. You are flipping the pages as you go. The story unfolds not because it was written long ago, but because you are reading it now. Once the illusion of separation dissolves, a staggering realization emerges. You are not a passive witness to reality. You are an active creator. Wheeler's participatory universe implies that consciousness does not merely interpret the world, it shapes it. Where you place your attention, reality bends. At the quantum level, this has been proven again and again. Particles behave differently when observed, yet this is not confined to the subatomic realm. Life itself responds to focus, to belief, to intention. Your attention is not a spotlight shining on a pre-existing stage. It is the brushstroke painting the scene. Imagine wandering a forest where the landscape rearranges itself based on the direction of your gaze. Look for danger, and shadows loom large. Look for beauty, and blossoms bloom along the path. Reality works the same way. What you hold in mind echoes in the fabric of existence. The universe, Wheeler believed, is not governed by blind mechanics, but by participatory awareness. You shape it, moment by moment. Follow Wheeler's vision far enough, and the physical dissolves entirely. What remains is not a world of things, but a world of mind. Existence is not external, it is an unfolding within awareness itself. Science and mysticism converge at this boundary, revealing the truth long spoken in silence. Reality is not physical, it is spiritual. You are not a fragment drifting in an indifferent cosmos. You are the cosmos reflecting upon itself. The same force that spins galaxies beats within your chest. The world you see is not happening to you, it is happening through you. Rumi's timeless words capture this truth. You are not a drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a drop. This is why Wheeler's idea is not merely scientific, it is transformative. Reality is not dead matter following mechanical laws. It is alive, participatory, conscious. Everything you see, everything you touch, everything you experience is spiritual, because it is inseparable from mind itself. You are not observing reality, you are its source, its sculptor, its meaning.